have that when we went to church tonight?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
No.
How come, what do you
It's
say?
festive.
There's so much
Very festive.
stuff here of color that you have to look at everything. It's just beautifully done, Dan. It's just, the house, I mean, there's so much to look at, don't you think?
You don't know any other
Me
kind
or
of house,
her
do you?
what? No.
Well,
Except
my
for the
house is,
Keeps.
Matt, will you put the bowl down because it's right in Luke's face? Thank you.
Oh, that's such a good idea, those, they're real socks.
Well, when I have everybody's rapt attention.
I don't think it gets
Yeah,
any
it's
better
not
than
on.
this. It's on, Carly.
I can't see the red light.
It doesn't have one.
Okay, I'm back.
Was the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled well snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced through their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore up the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers had been. And he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. From the top of the porch to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up the housetop coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to the team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
why would you draw
How he
activates
goes
it.
up the.
He's
Yeah,
magic.
makes him.
It activates the sauce.
He's magic.
In our, between John and me, if we're at a party and one of us does this, it means, help, get me out of here.
It's time to go.
Time to go or help rescue me.
From the
I'm
group,
stuck,
from the group you're in?
Yeah.
Oh,
or go home. It's just this,
oh, really?
We don't do it
we
much.
don't do it very much, but but we we went went through a actually phase. done it, they just started. Well, we did many years ago, we used
Well,
to
I
do
do
it.
one to grandpa even now. I don't make a noise.
Too obvious.
Well, that's to make him quit pontificating.
She said,
Well, in our group that we have for
Carly,
New
who's the
Year's
one who
Eve,
talked too much?
in our play group, we're 12 of us, and the Alexanders moved away. And now they're just 10, and one of our group had a stroke 2 weeks ago. So, you know, and they aren't coming New Year's Eve. We, of course, said that she could, he's still in the hospital. And so, every year we give predictions, and I'm the prediction secretary. And so, we write down what we want to say about next year, and what we hope will happen next year when we meet again. And of course, the main thing on all our minds is that we're all there again, to be together again. And this year will be the first time that one has dropped off. So I was reading it. I stapled it to the back page of my calendar, so it's there. And I was reading it a couple of days ago, and Margaret said, please, no more orthopedic surgery next year. And she didn't, which was good, and she had plenty of fun. And I said something about, I hope we're all in good health, you know, these mundane things. Jim, who was, and then people predicted Bush will be reelected. The economy will grow, and people predicted things like this. And so Jim Hickman, who was the ex-dean of the business school, went on and on about something. I can't even read my handwriting. He went on, and then Jack was the last one. My gosh, that's more than anybody. I mean, of course, it's at your house, you have the option of doing that. But I just had to laugh. I'm not even sure what we talked about, but you had massive predictions, so I'll have to read it to you and see what you said. And not even predictions, but just ideas of what the next year would bring. It's quite interesting and fun to read again, and we hope to all read them when we're together again, you know.
That'd be a fun thing to do on New Year's, a new tradition.
On New Year's,
Yeah, predict.
And we
What
now
is going on
celebrate
with you?
New Year's Eve in the Nova Scotia New Year time.
Newfoundland.
Is, or Newfoundland.
That's when you celebrate now? You celebrate the Newfie time?
About 9 o'clock?
I think so, I hope so.
I think it's actually 8:30.
And I think
Aren't
everybody
they on the
goes
half
home
hour?
about 10.
Everybody in Newfoundland's going wild with it.
Somebody's on the half hour out that way.
Oh, really?
What's the one past Newfoundland? Prince
Greenland.
Edward
Atlantic.
Atlantic.
Africa?
Well, it does come down.
I'm so tired.
You know, Matt, you might really relate to Nadine Gordimer.
Yeah.
She's a very deep writer, but beautiful.
I'll definitely read at least one of her stories.
I have
just
one of
to
the stories
see.
if you want one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is the name of it?
Once Upon a Time.
Oh,
It's one that she was like asked to write because she doesn't usually write for like children. It's supposed to be sort of like a fairy tale. She got asked by somebody to write one sort of like a fairy tale, which isn't I guess her style typically.
no.
And she kind of wrote it like a fairy tale, but not really. I'll get it for you tomorrow. And,
Yeah, I would love to read that.
it's interesting.
Well, what is your agenda for all?
It's supposed
weather?
to be. It's supposed to start
Supposed
to
to
get
be
cold.
freezing.
No,
I
we've
hope
been
it
going
snows.
inside.
Well, there's,
It was
unless the
supposed
Y is
to
open,
rain.
there's no place indoors
It was
like the
supposed
shower.
to rain tonight.
Supposed to rain tonight?
It was, but I don't think it
Okay,
will.
that means it's
Let's see
warmer
whose
than,
phone this is.
warmer than cold.
All right, well, in memory of Luke, we will come early.
Don't come too early.
Not
Yeah.
before 8.
He
That's
sleeps
smart.
longer
I
than
know.
he thinks he's going to. The last couple Christmases, he's.
Come from Indianapolis to Cadillac, Michigan for Christmas. And we had the presents out like this and so on, and I
You
would be
told me
going
it was
around.
Ern.
No, this is
Oh.
Lawrence. And we were going around, and every day we'd look to see what happened and all that. And of course, Santa Claus, that must have been 10, and I still believe in Santa Claus. And then, Christmas morning, you're all gone. Can you imagine anybody doing that to a kid?
No, I can't. All
And
the
that's when I
ones,
learned there wasn't any Santa Claus.
Where were they?
They had taken well, it was, we had shown so much interest in all these things, shaking them and all that kind of stuff, that Aunt Flossie and I never gotten over that. Thought, well, let's just see what happens when they're
they hit them.
For all the kids that were gone, or just you?
for Carolyn and
Ooh, Flossie. Naughty Flossie.
Flossie going to hell for that.
well, it was supposed to teach me a lesson, and that is to.
What was that lesson?
It taught me to hate Aunt Flossie.
I was gonna say, that's what I take away from
Yeah.
it. Flossie's mean.
Well, we shall depart, so you know.
I don't know what this masked creature is.
I thought that was the coal. I thought, wasn't that the coal one?
Well, we must like
I thought you got coal.
A lump of coal in my,
You're
Yeah, I think
really
so.
warm.
that's a legend.
It's
Oh.
just
That
really
one for
warm on my
Christmas?
face.
Yeah, it feels good,
It's
doesn't
kind
it?
of like a fire.
What's like a fire?
Having a sweater on your face.
Where's our
Carly, work with me. Show me happiness. Now sadness. Now anger. That's
We need our
brilliant.
fire somewhere. It has to be
You're like the invisible girl.
You know, Nancy, if we don't
Fire.
do what we say we're gonna do, we won't do what we say we're gonna do,
It's
so.
alright, whenever you come, there's no.
So when do we go?
Merry Christmas, Carly. Merry Christmas, man.
I mean, kiss
Here we
you
go.
guys
Here we
sometimes.
go. Christmas time is here. Guys, I got a for real puppy.
Oh. Oh, for
What did
real.
you get, Mom?
Puppy.
I don't know. Hand me my stocking? Oh, it's
Look
full
what's
to the
in-
brim.
Look what Santa brought.
Dad, what about you?
Grandpa.
Look what Santa brought Grandpa.
Tostitos.
Do you like me to get one thing out of yours?
Sure.
What's this?
The one thing out of yours?
Spider-Man. Comic. Oh yeah.
Oh, Dad, a book.
Cool. I saw the movie. No, it didn't. It's a new book.
What book is this?
See what this is.
You can find what else in John
Awesome.
Grisham, the
Matt.
last
I love these.
juror.
Matt, look at this. It's table football with a
Awesome.
stand.
They formalized that. That's
Oh
amazing.
my gosh.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
No way.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
No way.
What'd you get?
Ron James is. Look.
Those are those bottom.
Oh,
Push
so
the
cool,
bottom.
that football thing.
Push the bottom.
M&M's.
Carly, you can be like Sydney.
M&M's.
You got spot
Oh, let's see this.
stuff,
Let's see how
Carly.
you do it. Sorry. Quick demonstration.
What?
Do the spice go.
Matt.
It's a little tiny.
Matt.
Cool. Mom, what does
Still
this
have
do?
more.
I never understood these.
30 bots, every
30
flavored beans.
It's for cutting.
I know, but it's a self-healing piece or something.
Mom, birdie
When you
box.
cut into it,
Every
it
flavor
doesn't leave
pizza.
a big.
Let's see what else we got in here.
It's in my stocking.
Got a for real puppy.
How long have you had that stocking?
I don't know what year my mother made it.
You should really like do something.
What's this?
Oh, gum.
You got gum? Piece of mind. On the spot relief. Uh-oh. cool box.
You know, LeBron James is bigger than Paul Pierce.
It is.
He weighs more and taller.
Peace of mind,
2
on the
inches
spot
taller.
relief.
They're taking a bow, Mom. They're taking a bow. They're bowing.
Christmas morning moment.
What is that?
Man,
Complete,
see what it is.
complete works of Shakespeare.
Oh, that's cool.
That's not what you said, but that's
Man,
not
how
what you
long are you gonna
said.
have that for? You know, man, you're gonna have that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, or at least as old as him.
Do you mean him or he?
He, you
I
mean
mean, that
he.
dude over there.
Luke, what are you eating?
Booger flavors now.
Lovely.
Dirty botch.
Is it good?
Do you know you have a brick meant at the Shakespeare Globe Theatre in London?
It's right here.
You do?
Remember? Yeah.
We should have
you have one
visited
too.
it when we were there.
Oh, who gave it to us?
Yeah,
John.
I did.
Oh yeah, also for my wedding, will you give me a star?
A star for your
In
wedding?
the sky. She wants a
Okay.
star in the sky named after her.
Okay. What do you want to name? Carly or
Well,
something?
that'd be perfect. That's just what I want. It's only like $50.
Uh-huh.
I almost asked for it for Christmas.
No, I'll make you one. We'll make a new one.
Big ball of asteroid.
Yes, that's light, that gives off light. Yeah.
Big ball of gas?
All of asteroids. I could meet up for you any day.
Let's see that Shakespeare.
Are you gonna read this?
Wait, you gonna read that?
Wait.
Okay.
I'm just curious. What's the purpose of having that?
Yo, I opened right to the middle.
I'm kidding. It's
There
why
you
it's
go.
There.
It was meant to
That's why
be.
that thing is there. So you can go to that page.
Pretty funny.
Oh, it's cool. It's pictures.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, it's really nice. Where'd you read it?
Now, Matt, I thought about not getting you an illustrated complete works of Shakespeare. But then this was the most impressive book I could find.
The pictures are quite beautiful.
Carly, what do you think
yeah.
about that?
Yeah, it's a nice change of.
It's really nice to read some text and then have a
After
picture
reading a
there.
lot of text to see a picture.
Bravo, bravo.
It's a beautiful one.
I use my taping method.
Yeah.
Like I wrapped yours before I know. Awesome.
Oh my gosh. It's so
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Matt, this is your Christmas and birthday present.
Oh, my soul and body.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
my
Matt,
gosh.
that's the extended warranty.
What?
2 year of full support, tech
Awesome.
support and phone
That's
Oh
awesome.
support.
my
Is
gosh.
Apple the only one who does iPod?
It's awesome.
Read the real iPad. Other somebody's trying to.
You have an
Oh
Apple
my
here?
gosh.
No,
You don't have to have
it's an
that.
HP.
Oh.
You can,
Oh, I didn't think that
Jeez,
was
man.
it's awesome.
This is
that much.
hello?
Yeah, that's what I saw that one there and I was like,
It was tricky.
Then we felt it and there wasn't any.
It's
Yeah, it was
tricky.
too light.
I think that's probably just
We
like
were,
a
we were
box.
searching for
Careful,
it.
my water is gonna,
What is it?
that's
This,
really in
show
the
me.
way.
LeBron James basketball.
Luke, may I feel that?
What?
May I feel your
Around,
basketball? Is
check
that
every
heavy?
single
For
present.
college, for birthday, for
For everything.
It's
Will
really,
this do everything?
Is
is
it
that a
28
regulation
You
size?
can hold up to
This
It looked a little
5,000.
smaller.
Yeah, but it doesn't do
Size
word processing.
29.
No, it's only
No, no,
music.
no, it's just music.
Just music.
Just
Oh, it
black,
is?
so it looks
So,
small.
No,
in
isn't
lieu
it a
of
little
taking
small? Isn't it a little
CDs
small?
or
Isn't
No.
it
Every single
30.5?
CD,
No,
like every single
29.5.
CD I have, I can put on this. So,
It doesn't
So
matter when
going
you
to
practice.
so
college, you
anytime
just
you wanna
take-
listen to any music, it's right in here.
Wait, is this that?
You can adapt it with speakers and,
Somebody told me.
It can become
There's a
like a
car
small-
adaption.
you know,
Well,
like
just
a
think
small
of the
stereo.
stuff you have to take to college.
Oh,
All
But
we
you don't
took,
take any music.
you don't take
I
it.
mean, he'll take this instead of CDs.
Yeah. But I was thinking of what we took.
It's like a portable record player.
Otherwise, but you just never grow out of music. You know, like your style can change and you can always put it into the iPod.
Carly.
Yes, don't get one for my birthday.
Well, how much
Maybe
do they
when you're
set you
18.
back?
I can't
I
see.
can tell you.
I can't
A
see.
lot? A really lot?
But it's for college
Not
birthday.
that.
$2 billion.
For all my stuff, I mean,
Well, there's
for
a
my
lot of
birthday,
variety
Christmas,
in
and-
cost.
You can not only put music in it
Based
though, you
on
can
the
put clothes in
megabytes.
it, you
You
can,
can
There are
put
much
clothes, you
more
can do
expensive, bigger
homework
ones.
on
Yeah,
it.
you can learn
more
things.
memory.
You can take
Oh.
SATs again on it if you like.
you can put in French, Matt, French
You know, it
dialogue.
does help me learn French.
There's music, French music.
It's already helping you right now, I think.
It is, I'm
Maybe?
Presents for Luke. He's been ready for a month. Haven't you seen him?
No wonder you were excited. How wonderful.
Yeah, but Luke was excited about the giving as well as he was.
Very much so. Lukey, thank you. It's just what I wanted.
Gourmet.
Gourmet magazine,
Oh.
cookbook, the best of 100 years, no, 60 years.
Oh.
Lukey.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you. You knew. You paid attention. You listened.
Yeah.
You're so welcome, honey.
Avery RC. I don't know what this is. Oh, you put the stuff on there and the tires and you remote control it. I'm pretty sure you do because yeah.
Is that a camera?
No, it's a car, and
Oh.
you put the stuff, you put it together, and then you remote control it.
Another remote. Wow.
That has a lot of assembly required.
I'll do it now. Start now.
Alright, look, can you give me that blue one? Big blue one.
Carly, what you
Nice,
got?
Carly.
The vest.
Oh,
Oh, that's-
really?
Who's it from?
I also can get a large if I want.
Yeah, she has the receipt in there. You just might have trouble getting the black.
Cute
A
vest.
lot of them are sold out.
Maybe you wouldn't be wearing it over a heavy,
Yeah.
such a heavy sweater. But maybe you would. Cute.
I like the
green
black.
inside,
Yeah.
too.
Is black
Are you
enough?
serious?
What do you think?
Whoa.
Oh.
Perfect size.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome,
Thank
Lukey.
you.
Look, you got some box.
What? Which one?
Grandma, can I have the scissors? Just one of yours. Thanks.
that's just darling. Half the fun
Maddie,
is
that
the.
is so cute.
Yeah.
Well, this is really a microfridge,
Oh, cool.
but up to stamp,
But a moon and a star. That's cool.
Muslim,
Yes, what is the significance of the moon and the star?
Muslim.
It is Islamic.
It is the sign of Islam.
Well,
Oh,
I
it
like
Carly
that.
has always collected them since she was a little girl. She has a bunch of moons and stars in her room.
Oh, am I allowed in your room to
She's-
look?
She's a closet Islam.
Muslim?
I don't really have them in my room.
Oh, where are they?
In a box in the basement.
They were in her
They
room.
used to be in my room, but
Oh, now I seem to remember. Because you put that on the card you sent us. You put the
Oh,
card
yeah.
down the bottom had a moon and a star. How did you get that in the card? Oh,
Oh, now that one
Is
we
it Sydney
recognize.
Bristow? Is it Sydney Bristow?
I'll see what
You
this
have
is.
those,
what?
this particular.
Oh, yes, yes.
Carly, what is it?
Wanna
Which
read
one
it,
is
Carl?
that?
Hold on, I have to read it again and understand.
Read it, which one is that?
Someday the light will shine like a sun through my skin and they will say, what have you done with your life? And though there are many moments I would think I will remember, in the end I will be proud to say I was one of us.
Well, great.
Muslim.
Say it again.
One of us.
Say-
That
one of
takes a
us.
while to digest.
Oh, like all of us?
Mhm.
I like
Your
this one.
family and
I haven't
your-
read this one.
See what you're missing.
I haven't read that one either. Say it again.
Here. Okay. Someday the light will shine like a sun through my skin and they will say, what have you done with your life? And
So
though
what
there-
would be, if the light was shined through this,
you were in heaven.
exactly.
And
What did you say? No,
Alright,
you're talking about it, I go to what?
someday the light
Yes, I got
will
that.
shine like a sun through my skin.
Yes, but then Jan said something.
She said,
So
what does it
that,
mean?
what's that imply?
And you're
What
dead.
does that imply?
What's
You're
one
dead.
interpretation of it?
Just one interpretation might be that you're in.
And they, the angels, will say, what have you done with your life? And then I think, there are many moments I think I will remember in the end, but I will remember in the end. Oh, in the end, I will be proud to say I was one of us. I like this one.
Me too.
Good choice.
Who's the artist remind you of, Tucker?
Linda.
Right, and that one reminded me of Linda,
Yeah, I
and
like
that's why I got that.
I
one.
asked for one of these.
Because we saw
Story
these
people,
with
yeah.
Linda in California.
Yeah, that was the first. I remember the
First time we saw them with her, and she got very, very weepy when she read them. She loved them.
And
I
I
think
asked
she
for-
got
thank
many
you.
of them for, didn't she get several
Yeah,
cards
she
or
has them
something?
hanging on the wall. Did you notice in her house, Carly? They're
I
hanging,
think-
some,
We're putting it here, okay?
as you go up the stairs from the front door.
It's
It's
what,
not too tight?
no, it's a
No.
tight shirt.
Oh, say what it is.
That's a tight shirt.
Yeah, that's tight.
Do you know, there's another meaning for that, and that means you're very close. A friend of mine said she was tight with her grandchild.
Yeah,
That-
yeah. Good friends.
That isn't what I meant.
Oh, alright.
Who calls on Christmas? Presents and everything?
Can I quote you?
President's calling.
Look, it's like our family. Relatives.
Carly, that's from Bob and Mino. Shrink wrapped and everything.
Little Rhapsody in Blue, Cat and Mouse.
Let's see it. Let's see
Creole
that.
Dance, my
Hey,
favorite.
Can you
we
just
were
hold
cat
it,
and
Matt?
mouse.
Hold
He
it
did
up.
He did, that's what he
He
did.
played cat and mouse for us at Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Early 1995, you can have it. Pure Westman's classic.
Look at that, look at his pose.
Yeah,
He's got his Christmas shirt on.
Does he have the necklaces?
yes, he does, about 7 of them.
No,